Hey, what's up guys? My name's Chris Winter and today I'm going to do an in-depth comparison between the Canon T6i, Canon T Success and Canon 70D and see which one does face tracking autofocus the best. So for this test I'm going to use two lenses. I'm going to test out the 18-135 STM lens, which should have really good autofocus on all of the cameras, and I'm also going to test out the Sigma 30mm f1.4, which isn't an STM lens, and see just how well these new cameras can autofocus with that lens. So let's start it off right now. We're going to start off with the Canon 70D with the 18-135 and we'll see just how well that performs. So the very first lens that I used was the 18-135 at 24mm, and as you can see on the 70D it has no problems whatsoever keeping it in focus. Especially at a wider angle like this, it really does work very well. So the next test was at 50mm, just so we could get a little bit more of a shallow depth of field. Sorry for having my ugly mug that close to the camera, but as you can see, it really does work very well in the 70D. It had absolutely no problems pretty much at all focal lengths. And on the last one, it was at 135. It would be very rare to use an autofocus at this long of a focal length. But as you can see, again, even at a very shallow depth of field, it was able to keep me in focus. So this last test is with the Sigma 30mm 1.4. And this is the test that I was really keen to see just how well it would work. This is actually the lens that I use for pretty much all of my videos using the 70D, and as you can see, even at f1.4 with such a shallow depth of field, the 70D worked great. So next up we have the Canon T6i, and we're at 24mm, and you can see it is working really well again. It's a little bit of a different kind of autofocusing mechanism on the T6i using that dual pixel. It's a little bit quicker to lock onto to focus, but it's not really as smooth. So we're now at 50mm here and just doing some walking up and down, and as you can see, it's still working really quite well. I did find with the Canon T6i and the T6s that the STM lenses really did work really quite well. Again, we're at 135mm and it really isn't having a huge amount of trouble. It does hunt a little bit at these longer focal lengths, but it's working alright. So coming up we have the Sigma 30 1.4, and this is where I really found the T6i to really struggle. At f1.4 it really didn't work that well on a non-STM lens, so it does seem to me that these kind of lenses don't work as well. You really do need that STM lens to work well on these T6i and T6s cameras. So let's check out the Canon T6s right now, and as you can see we are at 24mm again, moving in and out, and you can see just how good the results are. It's not as good as the Canon 70D I found. After my testing, I've done a lot of tests on this camera. With the STM lenses, it does work really quite well, but it's still not as smooth as the Canon 70D. Moving on to 50mm, it's quite funny to see myself moving in and out like this. When you're actually filming, it doesn't feel that stupid, but now you look back on it, it looks a little bit silly. But I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do enjoy this video, guys, make sure to leave a thumbs up, because that's always appreciated. But anyway, let's check it out now at 135mm, this long test. See just how this T6s goes. Seems to be working really quite well. And jumping back in, we're going to now test it out with the Sigma 30 1.4. Again, this is the big test for me really. And you can see that the T6s, it just takes a little bit longer to really lock onto focus. But it is a big step up from the Canon T5i. So there you go guys, that was my quick autofocus test for you guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, because that's always appreciated. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure to subscribe as well, because I'll be doing plenty more tests comparing the Canon 70D and the new T6i and T6s cameras. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!